Stanford University, a bastion of academia and the alma mater of some of college football's most legendary figures, Elway, Luck, Sherman, and McCaffrey. And today, the Stanford Cardinal will try to live up to that legacy. Maybe you need a little caffeine, or maybe the sheer energy of this matchup will keep you wide awake, as we know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a team from the ACC, the Stanford Cardinal. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Stanford about to tee it up to get this one going. And he hauls it in, and everybo's on the edge of their seats. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the TCU Horned Frogs offense will take the first swing of the game. And this guy is a big-time star, just an electricity. Onto the field.
He's a workhorse too, Reese. This is a definition of a bell cow running back. He can carry the load for his offense and put his football team on his back.
Looking for room. It's Cook. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The Horned Frogs in the hurry up. As college football evolves, guys, and players have more rights and they capitalize on name, image, and likeness, and teams are in different conferences, maybe the biggest thing and the thing that keeps coaches with the transfer portal.
Because they got to make sure that everybody in their locker room is happy. And oftentimes you're re-recruiting your own players and trying to keep the Wolves at bay, and the phone calls that are coming in from other programs trying to steal your guys. It is not easy. Probably as difficult as it's ever been, David, to be a head coach now with the transfer portal.
It is, and think about players, man. If I'm not happy, if I'm not getting the run I want, like, I can just leave. I can go somewhere else. I can get paid by another opportunity. So I think players always having their eyes to that portal, looking at a better destination, makes it miserable for coaches.
42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. Finds the tight end. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Horned Frogs are flying down the field.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Grab near the marker. It's Williams. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. He's got an open man. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. And the Horned Frogs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown, everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Stanford Cardinal offense comes out, and they'll have it for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Brown wants to pass. Finds his tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Running behind that left side. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Makes his connection. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. Now on 1st and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. Slams ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Cardinal! That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, train the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn, and that's what we just saw on that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
And he puts through the extra point. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired. And
I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
The Horned Frogs moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Back to pass, it's Hoover. Got his man quickly.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Movement here from the tight end. Gets it out fast. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding, offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Line getting set on 2nd down. It's a draw. At the 35, he's open. Oh, look out, there he goes. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. And the Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Complete.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Completes it in the middle. Running through contact. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And this offense gets on the board, and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the first of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Utah delivered a masterpiece performance today and gave notice to the rest of college football. This is a team that can win anywhere, anyway against just about any opponent. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Long incompletions are okay. You got to take shots. You got to make big plays. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's got his man, makes the grab. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the move. Still running at the 40. He now has 56 yards on the ground, a very productive first half here in the season opener. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Brown will throw it. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. Open runway ahead. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And the offense, they're just trying to be physical. They're trying to run this ball in down close to the goal line. The defense, though, they're having none of it.
Third and goal coming up here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill. And
just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. The Horned Frogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll try to pop the draw. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. And the Horned Frogs will punt it away on fourth down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Breaks the tackle. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. He now has 63 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. Brown wants to pass. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Going up top on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Botmeyer.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Iomatter. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Stanford now has it in the red zone. He wants it all. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. This time it's complete. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And a chance to really carry momentum with them. Quarterback sneak for the touchdown.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And they finished the deal with the quarterback sneak. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Out of the gun, the running back has it. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Well, this is kind of weird. They're not even going to try to run a play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Looks like you've had a very enjoyable day there today in Palo Alto. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride.
The Horned Frogs will boot it away to start the second half. Going for the return. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll throw it on first down. Going deep. Pulls it in on the left. Nothing but green ahead. Touchdown, Stanford! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And it took a minute, but the passing attack now on board. The first passing touchdown of the season. And it took to the second half, but I'll tell you what, this offense will find its rhythm. They'll grow. They'll get better throughout the season. And this is going to be a hard passing attack to stop.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. UCF steamrolled its way to victory. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Orlando a ton of confidence. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, Dave.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal. You keep... aggressive.
builds and fires complete to the right. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Great job by the DB covering deep. Listen, you always say deep to shallow, deep to shallow. Don't give up the big play. Great job by the DBs, seeing the football, going and breaking on it, and make sure the wide receiver doesn't make a big play.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. And the Horned Frogs will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. At the 45 on his way. He now has 84 yards rushing, and he's making his presence felt in this first game. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Trying to burn this defensive back. And he hauls it in inside the 30. And he is marked out of bounds after another big game. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. Stanford going back to work with another first down. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you can tell they got on the edge.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
It's a curious play call offensively to try to throw after that great gain on the ground the snap before. If you're winning in the trenches up front, keep it going. Let the big fellas go to work. I don't like the...
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Never a doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense gets to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. They try to pop a run on the draw. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. The Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. New set of downs after that completion. Quarterback checking the play. He wants to throw. He tries to take the top off. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks up like this, you hurry their thought process, they're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down. And I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
He now has 106 yards on the day, and the defense has been getting a steady diet of this dude on opening day. Little touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Cardinal! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? Brown will throw it. Getting some heat. Looking to convert the 2, and he will not. The defense gets to him with the sack. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken me in the end zone. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Throws to the wideout. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. And the Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. 1st down to start the drive after the break. They'll give it to the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Brown wants to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. Still on his feet at the 45. Afterburners coming. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So,
touchdown, Stanford! And the beatdown has ensued.
It's That's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Tulsa found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage Golden Hurricanes football. Those folks in Chapman Stadium won't remember this one forever, but they will remember it was a W. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Fires to the big fella. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. The quick out. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. Quarterback empties his backfield. He wants to throw it again. Quickly to the tight end. The Horned Frogs pick up the 1st down.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Coming after it. Pulls it in. It's Williams.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. Looking to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's right. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. That's caught. It's Cook. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
Well, I love the play call by the defense there on 4th down. They were expecting pass. They didn't decide to just lay back and play zone coverage. They were going to dial up the pressure. They bring the blitz, and they just overwhelm the offensive line and anyone else trying to protect that quarterback. He had no shot.
And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. 1st down.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Fires to the wideout. He makes a grab, and he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Stanford comes up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. Touchdown, Cardinal! And the punishment has been extended.
Game 1, you want to come out, put drives like that together, score a bunch of points, and especially at home. Give your home crowd something to get excited about. They have today. They've been jacked up, and they're going to go 1-0.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. To throw, it's Hoover. Looking for a deep man. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. Looking to throw it again. They're bringing heat. Took a shot as he threw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. Between the uprights, it's good.
I know a lot of people are scratching their heads why they try to kick that field goal. You're in the 4th quarter. You're down a boatload of points. A field goal isn't going to do it. If you want to win this game, you need touchdowns. I would anticipate for every possession they get from here on out, man, you've got to be way more aggressive.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone that. Well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you can just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over. Don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. quick handoff. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Looking for a gap. It's Ford. Plows through the defense. He's finally brought down, but that freshman found some running room. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Might as well give it to him again. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? From the red zone, looking for a man. Touchdown, Stanford! And the stomping has commenced.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. To a drive there of 84 yards, and they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's
it's a sport, nigga. I don't do the kick. It's a sport. You know how to do it. Understand? It's a sport, nigga. I don't do the kick. It's a sport. You know how to do it.
Yeah,
You understand? It's a sport, nigga. I don't do the kick. It's a sport. You know how to do
They
it.
may want to skip this
You
one.
understand? It's a sport, nigga. I don't do the kick. It's a sport. You know how to do it.
Get ready for the next opponent.
Understand?
Forget this day ever happened.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
Looking to move it through the air. Makes the catch. It's Cook. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that throw was a bullet by the quarterback on that curl route in zone coverage. And how about the anticipation? He gets rid of this pass before his receiver is even turned around. I love it.
Finds his big tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Horned Frogs have moved it inside the 20. They'll throw it from the red zone. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Payne. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week, and for the first week, they get it done.
That great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season, but 1-0, that's where you want it to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
And the name. Oh my God! Yo, it's through. You stop playing me, bro. Stop playing me. This is different, bro. Dude, and then you touching me? Ready? Oh my God! Yo, it's through. You stop playing with me, bro. It's through. Stop playing with me, bro. This is different, bro. Thank you, man. Dude, bend the knee. Then you touching me? Ready? Oh my God! Yo, it's through. You stop playing with me, bro. It's through. Stop playing with me, bro. This is different, bro. Thank you, man. Dude, bend the knee. This is different, bro. This is different, bro. Thank you, man. I'm just gonna say their names, y'all, too. Want to stay on, bro? You I've been loyal all my life, is you stupid? And my man's down and down, never tell you that. Did they tell you that I love this? Two, for one. 20. Two, for one. Funny, 19, 18, 17, 16, 18, 14, 19, 11, 10, 7, 6, 2, 1, and last weekend. You going good? Yes, sir. 30 seconds, ready? It's different, bro.
The first hand, a slot, maybe page Marco.